there. Thank you for your interest in the CPRA Green Jobs Initiative Youth Training component. My name is Erin Love. I'm the National Project Manager at CPRA, and I'm here to tell you a little bit more about this new component to our Green Jobs Initiative. So we'll talk a little bit about the program overview. Many of you are familiar with the Green Jobs Initiative, which is funded by the Government of Canada. This program traditionally provided wage subsidies for youth, but this new training component is a little bit different. So you can find out some more information here on this website, and we'll go into some details about the program together. So the youth training component, as the name suggests, is a training component to support the training of youth in parks and green in the green sector. The program is happening now and ends March 30th, 2022. It provides 50% wage subsidies up to $20,000 for training of youth in your community. And the funding is paid directly to the organization after the training is complete. And really what we're hoping to do is to train youth to be workforce ready, to increase the enjoyment of parks and natural cultural heritage across Canada. So as mentioned, the program goals are fairly straightforward. We really want to get youth to be workforce ready. So we're training youth to get them ready to enter the workforce, building their skills, of course, building capacity as well for youth in the Parks and Rec sector. And then you've heard me say the word youth a fair bit. This program is intended for those aged 15 to 30, in particular, those youth who may be facing barriers to employment. This training component would help build their skills, build their CV, and make them more employable in the future. So eligible applicants, as with the traditional wage subsidy program for green jobs, they're municipalities, cities, towns, villages, communities, and nonprofits who deliver parks and recreation programming. As well, the youth eligibility remains the same as with the traditional green jobs stream. Youth must be between the ages of 15 and 30, Canadian citizens or permanent residents, legally entitled to work in Canada, and as well legally entitled as per their province or territory. The funding eligibility provides a 50% training subsidy to organizations. In order to be eligible for this, the organization must provide a certificate of completion at the end of the youth's training. Training must be complete by April 30th, 2022, and our reports must be given to CPRA no later than the end of May. And really, the bulk of this program, applicants must articulate how, thanks to this training, more Canadians will participate in the enjoyment of parks, natural and cultural heritage across Canada. So we'll just take a quick minute to look at the application form together. And before we do that, we'll talk about important dates. So March 18th is the deadline for applications. Notices of decision will come out on a rolling basis. So we've started to roll those out already for those who may have already applied. And again, the final date is April 30th, 2022. We realize this is a quick turnaround, and we're hopeful that some sort of program like this may be renewed in the future. But for now, the latest we can roll this out is April 30th of this year. So how to apply? Let's take a look at the application form. It's found here on the CPRA website. So if you go to funding in the top nav bar, and then you scroll down to youth training, you'll see it there. The application form itself looks very familiar to the traditional green jobs training program. Asks about the contact details for the organization. Really make sure that you pay attention here to the email address of the primary contact. That's the only way we can reach you. So please do make sure that that is filled in correctly. You'd be surprised by the number of incorrect email addresses we receive. Part 2 is the declarations, asking that you are a part of an eligible organization and you do have permission to submit the application. And then we get into the funding request itself. Oops, excuse me. So the funding request itself is really the meat of this application. And you'll see my little arrow there at the bottom asking to talk about how, thanks to this training, more Canadians will participate in the enjoyment of natural and cultural heritage across Canada. So we're very open to the types of training that could be supported through this program, but you need to make the link between the training and the outdoors. So are you certifying, counselors to bring groups of children outside during summer programming? Would you be certifying lifeguards in order for the public to safely access green outdoor spaces and swimming areas? Are you developing a trail system and you need someone to be trained in how to do some maintenance on that using specialized equipment? All of those things are eligible, but you need to make the link here in this section to how the training supports Canadians getting outside and enjoying our park spaces. Next, we ask whether this is a new training program or something you're already planning to deliver. Many communities are already planning these sorts of trainings, especially around March break. So this just helps us know the feasibility of delivering your program. I will say here, one of the important pieces to note is to provide a brief breakdown of the budget. So we ask you to provide just high-level details. This much money will go to instructor fees, that much money will go to a training facility, so much money will be for materials, etc. Please do give us sort of a clear picture of where the funding would go. And as mentioned, this is a 50% wage subsidy program, or sorry, training subsidy program. So where is the other half of the training money coming from? Is it coming in kind from your organization? Are you asking for registration fees, that sort of thing? Finally, as part of the application, we'll ask for the youth engagement declaration. So will you attempt to reach youth who are facing barriers? Maybe, maybe not. And then some certifications that you understand what this program is all about and that there are reporting requirements involved as well. So that's it. That's the application form. It's fairly quick and hopefully not too cumbersome. If you have to leave your application for a little while and come back to it, I encourage you to hit the save button at the bottom of the screen there. It will prompt you for your email address and we'll send you a link directly to your application so you can pick it up again when you have time to complete it. And then when you're ready to submit, you hit the submit button there at the bottom of your screen. Along the way, I encourage you to reach your regional managers. They are all listed here, and we are very grateful for their support in this program. They're all readily available by email and ready to answer your questions. So thank you very much for your interest and hope to see your application soon. Bye-bye.